slip on the trail. Don't slip on the trail.
What's up, besties? Welcome back to another video on my channel. I'm Kendall B. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, join the family. Today is going to be a very well awaited video. I should have been filmed this. I have completed my first year of teaching kindergarten and I survived, okay? And with the help of certain things that I purchased for my classroom and certain things I did, I survived. So I'm here today to share some of my kindergarten must-haves, things that you need to purchase for your first year of teaching kindergarten that may help you just as much as it helped me. And some things are just a must. Like, sis, if you don't have this, I'm telling you. I have all the things laid out on this table in front of me. Please don't mind the background because I have not set up my classroom yet for the next school year, when this is the perfect week to do that because it's summer school and when I come back it's going to be pre-planning. But it's giving, I'm trying to avoid actually working until work restarts. But right now my class is looking crazy. Let me show you. Nothing is set up at all. Everything is still pushed to the side from when I moved everything for cleaning. So it's still not set up, but I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to try and at least set up some stuff this week because I don't want to come back for pre-planning and then be spending extra hours doing all that. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I am not gonna drag it out. I'm not gonna make it too difficult for y'all. First things first, my number one thing that I needed to have in my classroom is, this was the first things I set up, figuring out how my students are going to identify themselves in the classroom versus just their name. Okay, students come in the classroom, out the classroom, through withdrawing, through entering the school system, and sometimes you don't want to always write their name on things. So I really wanted to find a way other than numbers for my students to be able to remember, identify themselves, and know that, hey, this is my stuff, this is my number, and this is my character. So this is what I used in my class. Hopefully nobody comes in here and interrupts the video. So this is what I used to identify my students. They each had a number and they each had a character. Now, the number depended on the character, so you know, it don't have to be too difficult. You can just assign the number and whatever character they get, or you can allow them to pick what character they want to be and write their number on it, which is what I did. So they each had a character, and this would be taped on their classroom boxes. This also was taped on their book boxes. You can tape it on their hooks when they hang up their backpacks. Yeah, I just had them each pick their character on the first day of school for open house, and that character was what I wrote their numbers on for all of their classroom like identification, and it was amazing. It was cute, and it was something super cheap. I got this from Target, and I'm pretty sure you can still order these online because these have been around for some time, but it's literally just it's a bulletin board border, and it's the theme of diversity, but when I saw it, I just automatically got that idea and I cut the little people out, changed it from a border to a classroom identification system. And like I said, this is from Target. It's a reversible bulletin board. So on the other side it just has this, we are a rainbow of possibilities, and I really love it as a bulletin board or as a classroom identification. But the main thing, sis, find this and use this as your classroom identification because it makes it fun. It's engaging for your students, and you can use their characters to go into their writing, to write stories about them, for acting out math. Like, it's so many different reasons that these came in handy. And at the end of the year, I just stored them in this box because I'm going to be using them for my next year. Next thing that is my must-have. Now, I was not able to set up my classroom. Note to self, do not laminate and cut your classroom decor for your first year. Now, my classroom would not have looked the way it did if I did not have my laminator and my laminating pouches. Okay, specifically these laminating pouches, they're really good. These are from Scotch. And then this laminator was given to me by my coworkers for student teaching and graduating. So I have multiple laminators at home and at work. And you really need your own laminator, because you never know if you find this fun activity online, you want to print it for your students, or if you just want to laminate name tags or something you want to make last, laminate it and call it a day. Like, you need a laminator in your classroom. That's standard for everybody. Buy a laminator, okay? Next thing is next. At first I had a hard time finding ways to, I was constantly trying to find ways to have my students' classroom management like that, okay? And I sometimes wanted my students to encourage it as well. So I purchased these signs off of, I think it was like Lakeside Education. Sorry. Yeah, I purchased these off of Lakeside Education. I think I had got like some education, like donation money, and I had used it for this. But these non-verbal signal signs, sis, save yourself the talking, save yourself the yelling, and I promise you these help me a lot, because these basically have words like clean up time, and it also helped for my EL students. Most of them were not able to understand what I was saying when they first come in the beginning of the school year. So just knowing the pictures and putting two together when I show this student start cleaning, then they know it as well. Like, it makes it a lot easier for them. And just for some mornings where I didn't feel like doing all that, I just ring my bell, put my sign up, and they know what to do. Another way I would use them is make it like a little reward in the classroom. Like, I'm looking for a quiet friend to help me with my signs. They will all get quiet. They will all want a chance to help me with the signs. So it would make them want to behave and do good things so they can be my helper and walk around with the sign like this. Not like this in front of the friends, but walk around like this, okay? So this was a lifesaver. It has like eyes on me, line up quietly, sit down please. This definitely helped during story times when you don't want to interrupt the book. I literally would just hold up my sign and keep reading the book. When you're teaching, you don't want to keep saying raise your hand. Just hold the thing up before you ask the question and have nobody not scream out. So I had these, and these are a lifesaver, okay? I will link these below as well. I could survive without them, but they definitely make things a lot easier. And also, to add to the nonverbal signs, this was another nonverbal sign that I would use in my classroom for classroom management. These are my clapping hands, okay? When I clapped those clapping hands, they knew that I needed their attention, because on the front it had quiet. I explained it to them before I introduced it to them as a class. On the front it has quiet, on the back it has listen. So when I did that, they knew, stop what you're doing, put your eyes on me so I can get your attention and tell you, hey, we're about to clean up in a minute. Hey, we're about to go outside. Hey, I'm about to ring the bell. I need you to do this. So this was just a lifesaver for that. And they can hear that. It's very easy. So I would use this as my, hey, I'm trying to get your attention. Literally from the Dollar Tree. I know the Dollar Tree has it, because these are things that you get into a party bag, and it's just a bigger one. Okay, so I use that. And my other nonverbal sign, as you can see, nonverbal signs are my thing, okay? I'm honestly a Montessori teacher at heart, and I always want my students to be independent without me constantly directing them and me having to redirect them with words. I like them to know by nonverbal signs and bells and things like that. So this little bell also is from Dollar Tree. It says ring for coffee, but this is our cleanup bell. So whenever they would hear, they knew it was time to clean up. I also used it for my centers. When I ring one time, that means start cleaning. When I ring it 2 times, which is like 3 minutes later, that means clean up. So a bell is a lifesaver for cleaning up and letting the students know. That worked like a charm. Most teachers do use the doorbell ring around their neck that they like connect through Wi-Fi in their room. But once I saw that my Dollar Tree bell gave what it needed to give, I never got that bell. So I don't even think I need it. So I got that. In addition to my lifesavers, okay, this was my next lifesaver. My little monsters, okay, my table monsters. Now, I have a whole nother pack down in my closet. I think when I purchased these, I purchased like, sorry, I'm like burping. I think when I purchased these from Dollar Tree, this is all from Dollar Tree. A lot of my classroom was sponsored from Dollar Tree. Well, it wasn't sponsored. A lot of my things in my classroom are from Dollar Tree when I first bought it. So these little table monsters were from Dollar Tree. And I'm pretty sure they still have them because I went in like months and months apart and they still had them in the teaching area. So these little monsters, they have an area where you can write a letter on it. And it originally was like for a sticker and letter recognition. You can't use it for that, but I use it on my tables as a label. For example, some people have the lion table, the cat table, the cheetah table. I would label my tables by Monster A, Monster D, Monster C, and Monster B. Okay? So I would be like, you, and you. Go ahead and go to Monster B. You, and go to Monster A. Meet me at Monster C. Like, this was a lifesaver, and this also just helped the students, like I said, that were learning English, be able to identify, hey, Monster A is purple. This is what he looks like. Monster B is purple. Even if you don't know your letters, you're going to know these pictures, okay? So I just try and get a double whammy of identifying things through images and through letters, through images and through numbers, like the class identification cards, because a win is a win. Okay, students may not remember that number or letter, but they're going to remember the picture and get used to it. So I literally just tape these to my tables, and yeah, that's just how I do it. I tape it to the tables for like centers and stuff. So lifesaver. The next runner up for my must-haves is these scented markers. And these are the Mr. Sketch scented markers. You probably have saw these in some other must-haves, but these are definitely great markers, and I would use them for my anchor charts. I would use them for an incentive of drawing and coloring with Miss Brown, and you get to use some of my scented markers. Kindergartners love them, but mainly for anchor charts, these are amazing because they have so many different smells and scents, like cherry, watermelon, banana. Like, they smell so good. And they're so pigmented. They're super pigmented, and they're really just a 10 out of 10. So I definitely use these markers for my anchor charts and for sometimes special incentive. I wouldn't suggest giving them to your kindergartners in the classroom or putting them in an area for them to use, because they're going to lose the top and they're going to be dried out. No. So get you some Mr. Sketch markers for your anchor charts as a teacher. You do have to make anchor charts, but luckily I had got most of my anchor charts from my mentor teacher when she gave it to me, because she went up to upper grade. So I really didn't have to make that many anchor charts, but when I did, I used my Mr. Sketch scented markers. So those are 10 out of 10. Recommend those. And you get like 12 markers in one pack. So we have that. Since we're on the topic of markers, when it comes to your classroom centers, the kids are going to use dry erase board, so that means they're going to need an eraser and they're going to need a marker. That could be a lot for them to get, and that could be a lot for the classroom to keep up. They lose the erasers, they lose the tops, but these markers, I ordered them off of, I'm not sure where, I think it was on Amazon, but I'm sure they have them. They have erasers on the bottom of it, and it's the marker. So it was just super convenient because it was less things to put in the caddies. You know, the little handheld caddies? Let me see if I have one. No, I don't have one over here, but get you the markers with the erasers already on them. It's a 10 out of 10. Okay. Since we're on the topic of dry erase, this is probably one of my top 3 right here. Okay. These are the dry erase slips. I ordered so many of these. Every sound that scared me. I ordered so many of these even after I ran out, because these are a lifesaver for centers. You know, originally I was like laminating center things and having students write on it. But when you're laminating things that students are writing on with a marker, it was impossible to erase it. It would just look dirty afterwards. It wasn't giving, and it took all my thermal laminating sheets. So get these dry erase pouches, and whatever center you want, just print it, slide it in there, take it out. Your transportation list, slide it in there, take it out when you need to change it. Like, I have so many of these, and I'll leave them linked below. These are a lifesaver. saver. You need dry erase pouches no matter what grade you're in, because it allows students to like redo assignments. It allows them to like learn the skill and try over and over, versus just a piece of paper and them turning it in and not being able to redo it without printing it. So this was amazing. Get your dry erase pouches. Get them. You're gonna need them. Lifesaver. Okay. Got that. And then I have 2 more things and we're gonna be done. Okay, 2 more objects. My girl. My cutting girl. Lifesaver. Let me show you how it kind of works. You literally can put like 15 papers in here. So yes, this cutter, it could cut so many different amounts of paper, and it's amazing for class projects when you're trying to hurry up and get all these papers cut before your students come back from specials or whatever. This was a lifesaver because I wouldn't take so much time cutting papers one by one. It would all be in a one slice. So you lock it so that it's safe. There we go. I would just lock it. And it was a complete lifesaver. My sister got me this for my first year teaching, and I highly recommend getting this if you're a kindergarten teacher. Okay, move it down. I did get me a huge desk calendar. This was a really big calendar I would keep on my desk, and it would help me with deadlines and things that I'm missing and not miss important meetings. So get you one of those. Thank me later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, give some more gems that help you in your first year of teaching. And I'll see you besties in my next video. Bye besties.
Don't step on the trail.